Good morning from Francis Marion National Forest in Awendaw, South Carolina. South Carolina has two national forests. There's Francis Marion National Forest, where we are right now, and then there's Sumter National Forest, which is in the upstate, the northern part of the state. I am standing right next to US Highway 17. You probably hear some of the cars and the trucks go by. But the unique thing about that highway, US 17, it's the oldest highway, oldest road system in America. It used to be called the King's Highway, which was started in the late 1600s. It went from Boston, Massachusetts, all the way down to Charleston, South Carolina. And some of the actual highway system now still goes over the actual trail that the early Americans used and traveled on. South Carolina is such a unique, beautiful state. It's the smallest state in the deep south. It's 200 miles wide and 260 miles long. It has 187 miles of coastline, but if you take in all the rivers, the marshes, the inlets and so forth, it is actual 2,800 and some odd miles of inland waterways and so forth. So if an individual was to get in a little john boat with a little motor on the back, putt it around through all the intercoastals and the marshes and so forth, it would be the same if that person got in that little boat and went all the way to San Francisco. There are 46 counties in South Carolina. The smallest county is McCormick County, which is along the Savannah River, which is north of Aiken. The largest county is Horry County, which is where Myrtle Beach is. There's 8,400 and some odd bridges in the state of South Carolina. The largest is the Awendaw Bridge, which is in Charleston. It is a huge bridge. That's where a lot of the container ships come in and go under. That stands 575 feet. The tallest point in South Carolina is Sassafras Mountain, which stands 3,560 feet. Or in other words, if you were to stack 6 Awendaw bridges on top of each other, that would equal the height of Sassafras Mountain up in Pickens County. And we all know the significance of Pickens County. That's the home of Clemson University. Something to watch before each home football game up at Clemson University. When the players come onto the field, they run down a hill. Well, I think they should run down Sassafras Mountain. That's a hill that's so high, they have so much momentum, there's not a team in the country that could stop them. I'm standing right here at the trailhead of the Palmetto Trail, which is right here. We're going to walk over there in a minute. And the unique thing about this trailhead, it goes across the whole state or up the whole state. It's just under 300 miles long. It meanders and so forth. There are 16 states in America that have trailheads, or trails rather, that go through the whole state. South Carolina is one of them. And I'm going to kind of walk here. You can see how this works. There's 26 trails along the way, and they're all marked right here. This is Halfway Creek Camp. That's 6 miles down this trail. There's Weatherby Ranger Station, 27 miles, and Canal Recreation Area, 42 miles. This trail is extremely well maintained. And let me kind of walk up here. This is at the trailhead, like I mentioned. It kind of gives a map of where we are, which is we're way down here, and where to go, the next trailhead and so forth. And it's used a lot. And you can get in this trail at different areas along the way and just enjoy the beauty. We are in the coastal plain of South Carolina, the lowlands. And then the middle part of the state is the Midlands, and the upper part is the mountainous area that goes to the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So the neat thing also, like I think I mentioned, it's marked extremely well, the trail. So you really got to work pretty hard getting lost from this trail. And I'm going to show you a marker here, and they're all along the trail. I mean, talk about every 30 or 40 feet, but if you can see this right here, that's a white diamond that marks the trail of the Palmetto Trail. Now, one of the things that we got to be careful with is, especially this time of year, there are a lot of venomous snakes here, especially the copperheads in this area. There's water moccasins up in the marsh area, but there's also a lot of rattlers. There's caneback and timber rattlers. See, here's another marker right here, right there. So I'm just going to walk a little bit down this trail. And if you also notice, you see the black markings on the trees there? That is a control burn right there. And what that does, they do this every couple of years to kind of keep the dry sticks, twigs, so there won't be a serious fire, forest fire. And they also keep track of the condition of the fire condition in on these trails. As a matter of fact, they have a great website, the Palmetto Trail. It lets hikers know whether it's safe or not safe, or it's a good time to hike and so forth. And I'm going to turn this camera around so you can kind of see the trail. And it's like this the whole way. So like I said earlier, it's very well maintained. There's another marker right there. So we are on the correct path. And I think this will go, this particular section of the Palmetto Trail is, I think about 12 miles. And there are places where you can stop and bed for the night and so forth, but I'm really kind of paying attention to what I'm doing. I don't want to step on a critter that's not too doggone friendly, so I'm careful with that. But the farther that I get away from Highway 17, the more that sound just kind of fades away. But you can see how neat this is right here. See, look, here's another marker right here, right there. Well, we're not lost, so we're doing okay. So, you know, there's so much nature here. And then when we get away from the highway sound or any other sound, you can just hear the true sound of nature. And really neat. I sure hope I don't see Bigfoot down in here. Just beautiful. And this is a good time of year also because the weather's so nice. If this is the middle of the summer, I'd be already soaking wet. So I'm going to go up to this next marker right here. But this is the beauty of Francis Marion right here. You can just kind of take it all in. Let me walk just a little bit farther right up here. And again, I'm definitely watching where I'm walking. Let me turn this camera around one more time. You can kind of see the trail. And here we are in the inside our Francis Marion Forest, which covers a lot of area in the of this part of South Carolina. So I'm going to kind of head back, I think. So a neat place. And again, like I mentioned before, you can get into different trailheads all through the state. And on the website, it's also marked how long each section is, and it gives the difficulty. In other words, this is it's an easy trail. It's all flat, but there's a little bit of hills in the mid-state, and of course the upstate, it's very hilly because you're in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So let me turn this around so see how neat it is and how well maintained this trail is. The Palmetto Trail. So again, if you go to palmettotrail.com, you can get on their website. It's an excellent website. A lot of neat photos of interesting points and things to see along the trail. If one was to hike this, the whole trail, it would take about 11 days if you were to walk, oh gosh, 8 hours a day. So it's a true hiking adventure, no question. So well, I'm getting back to where I started. So what I'm going to do, golly Dave, what is that? Some sort of a critter. So in any case, I hope to see you again soon, and you take care, and we'll talk soon.